In the left-wing Twitter mob, this image of a little white girl in an ACLU t-shirt is deeply offensive. Indeed, it's the face of white supremacy. Somehow. Dana Loesch, here next on that. The ACLU is apologizing tonight, but not for the reasons you might imagine, because they dared to post a picture of a little white girl on Twitter. Yesterday, they tweeted this picture of a girl in an ACLU t-shirt along with the caption, "This is the future that ACLU members want." Okay? Are you deeply offended? Well, Twitter was. There was a massive backlash, especially from people with verified Twitter accounts. That means people who are way more impressive than you are, including self-described academic Nyasha Jr. She was shocked by the racism of the tweet. She tweeted this, "A white kid with a flag?" We tried to get her on tonight, by the way. She was afraid to come. Twitter user Joe Prince piled on and tweeting this, quote, "I actually thought someone retweeted a white genocide account, whatever that is, onto my timeline." Less than an hour after the original tweet, the ACLU reacted to its critics, tweeting this, quote, "When your Twitter followers keep you in check and remind you that white supremacy is everywhere." Whoa. Move over, David Duke. A little white girl with an ACLU t-shirt and an American flag. That is the face of oppression now. What is going on in this country? Joining us now, a person who's also been targeted by the Twitter mob, Dana Loesch. What is that? I mean, it's almost hard to believe that's real, but it's ominous, though. You shouldn't, reactions like that, you see a picture of a child who's a race you don't like and it makes you angry, that's not good. You don't want a lot of that in your country, I think.
No, Tucker, thanks so much for having me. It's an epidemic of racist babies. People are so woke, it's the awakening to 2017. That's what this is. This is all part of the awakening. And now we're completely flipping out over babies. And I saw this conversation take place on Twitter, Tucker, where the ACLU puts this out. Cute little baby, right? Cute little baby curls, little flag, little baby onesie that says free speech. And people are saying, what, the future of America is a white kid with a flag? And then it just went downhill from there. And the ACLU had to they apologized by saying, well, thank you to our Twitter followers for keeping us in check and reminding us that white supremacy is everywhere. So, Tucker, yeah. I guess we're to assume that the ACLU was spreading white supremacy? I mean, it didn't make sense what they said. It made it even worse.
Well, see, that's the thing, though, that people I think are missing right now is that the old institutions on the left, the Democratic Caucus in the Congress, the ACLU, the big institutions, right, they've lost control of their own followers who become super radical and crazy and race obsessed and violent and dangerous. They're afraid of these people too. The Democrats in Congress feel the same way. They're afraid of their own voters right now because they're like wild-eyed in tear it down mode.
Yeah, it's entertaining in a way to watch because you have these groups who have been culpable in creating these online mobs and these people who engage in rage spirals every time they're confronted with something with which they disagree. And now they can't control these people anymore. They can't control the rage mob.
Wouldn't it be nice just to set a baseline agreement where you're not going to generalize on the basis of people's ethnicity or the way they look, things that they can't control? It's fine to attack people for the things that they do, the choices they make. That seems legitimate to me. But the things they can't control, maybe you should lay off. That was kind of the operating rule for almost all of my life in this country. At least in public, you weren't supposed to do that. And now it's like, it's okay. Yeah. Have you noticed this?
No. I have noticed this, and it's sad. It's incredibly sad. And I've noticed that you can't be black and a free thinker. You can't be a woman and a free thinker. You can't be an Asian and a free thinker. You can't be a minority, period, and a free thinker. Democrats have, for the longest time, Tucker, have constructed this idea that they have a patent on sex, they have a patent on skin color, they have a patent on faith. And so they have perpetuated this idea that you're not authentically female, authentically black, authentically Democrat, or anything unless you vote for Hillary Clinton, unless you're progressive, unless you're all of this. And now this is the reality in which we live in. It's like a South Park episode. We are all living in a South Park episode. Thanks so much to the progressive people who have created these rage mobs. Thank you guys so much.
But there's a purpose behind it. I'm becoming convinced of that. This is not random. I mean, it may spin out of control and go into places we don't expect, but fundamentally this is a diversion away from the core reality, which is the people in charge have done a really bad job running the country. They've gotten rich doing it. The rest of the country's become mired in economic stagnation and drugs. And so by making it all about race and like, oh, you should be mad at people who don't look like you, it pulls people's attention away from their failures. I mean, that's really what's going on here.
That is exactly it, Tucker, because if we can keep everyone focused on identity politics and white racist babies with the ACLU, then Congress doesn't have to answer as to why we don't have budget reform. Where's tax reform? Where's national reciprocity? Why is everybody fighting and we're not getting anything done? Where's the border wall? Why is it that we have Debbie Wasserman Schultz and this whole scandal with Imran Awan?
Exactly.
I mean, the list goes on and on. But it keeps them from having to answer to any of this stuff, and that's exactly what they want. And everyone who sits here and thinks that they're holding the man accountable by engaging in this, no, you're just being fooled by the man again. It's like they're going right along with it and taking the bait.
That is totally true. You are doing the bidding of the man. Amen. I agree with you completely. Dan, thanks a lot for coming on tonight. That was great.
Good to see you, Tucker. Always good.
Good to see you.